You know, I look like I was rode hard and put away wet. Anywho, I thought I'd get on here because, I've sit back and look at everything that I've been through my entire life, and it's like, it's no wonder you're not addicted to hardcore drugs. I'm doing it sober, man. This life is fucked up, and I'm doing it sober. But it's all part of the plan, I guess. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, it's all part of the plan. It's the only way I can look at it, really. Because, I've this bad relationship after bad relationship. Either they were abusive or, they just one bad thing after another. Kids riding motorbikes. But it's just one bad thing after another. My kids didn't have a great life. Well, upbringing, I should say. Because me and their fathers had issues, and I've learned my lessons, and I've changed quite a bit since I was younger. I don't do things the way that I used to. I'm a Scorpio, so you know how we go. Instead I turn it into positive. The older I got, the wiser I got, and the more I realized where my mistakes were at. And the more regrets I have because my kids had to suffer. They had to deal with their parents fighting over them, getting kidnapped, having to come back to mom, just crazy shit. My 3 oldest are type 1 diabetics, so their upbringing was rough. They were always in and out of the hospital because they lived with their dad, and him and his sister didn't do what they were supposed to. And then the trauma that they experienced with them, it's just one bad thing after another, and my retarded lessons I had to learn. Let's just put it this way, my scars was their lesson. I try to tell them all the time, you've seen what your mother went through. Don't do the same thing. Don't do the same thing. I tell my oldest daughter all the time, don't do what I did. Because if you could do, you're going to end up like I did. So don't do that. Learn from my mistakes. Okay? Learn from my mistakes. Like, you don't have to fight every battle. Pick your battles. But, my youngest 2 kids, their dad kept them from me for 11 years. They're now back in the picture, but my daughter is